Okay, this is the asset import video for post-mix number 2 in Hybrid Mix Lab, part 2. And a moment ago, we just imported the video, and I failed to mention something in the first video. These instructions are very specific, and they are covered very, very specifically in the instructions document. We have just made it through these first two major objectives already and set up a file import. So please follow along. These instructions are very clear, and I would read them. I would definitely read them. But anyway, we're on to music files, import to session start. This is pretty easy. This time we don't have to drag the files over at the desktop. We're going to select the track, and whatever we import will end up below the selected track. And I'm going to import audio, Command-Shift-I. And this time we're going to navigate to the correct location. It's on the desktop is where we were, but you're somewhere else. You're going to be importing from the assignment folder or the downloads, depending on whether you downloaded this or you're in Studio C. And there's a bunch of audio files folders in the original assignment. And follow your instructions. We have moved on. We've done video files. Now we're going to do audio files music. So I go into there, you can see there's a bunch of music. I'm going to select all these because I want to import all of them. I could import one at a time, that would take all day. And I could just go Command A, I just selected them all, or you could shift click if you wanted to do that. And it really wants me to hit the add button. Ooh, can I hit the add button? No, don't hit the add button. If you click the add button, it will work perfectly fine, but the audio files will always remain in their original location, which is not good when you try to turn your assignment in and all the files are missing. Always use copy or copy all. And this this makes a fresh new copy of audio files in your folder. Let's hit done. And it's going to say, where do you want these copies? And it's going to naturally default to the audio files folder that it's creating for you in your assignment folder. And that's what you want to do. So you don't have to do anything with this. When this pops up, just say open. And now it's going to say, what do you want these? Do you want them over here in the clip list? No. I want them to make new tracks, and I want them to be at the session start. So I'm going to do that, and boom, there's my music. And the music is imported. That's fantastic. So is there anything else that I say here about the music that's important? It doesn't really say anything. Cool. So we've imported the music, and it all appears to be in the right sync. We can even watch this. I'm going to do Command 9, open up the video, and you can see. Really exciting. It's a boxing video. Lovely. Oh, dangerous. Violence. Great. Lovely. Anyway, we've got the music in, and now let's get into manual spotting. This is a little bit more specific about what you need to do. The instructions are there. Let's do it. So we're going to import some other stuff. So file, import, audio. And it's a slightly different process this time because I'm teaching you demonstrating the different processes. We're going to go back into the Postmix 2 USC folder and go into the manual spot. And there's a bunch of audio here. And we're going to do the same thing, select all, and not hit the add button. Please hit the copy button, which will put them all a new fresh copy in your folder. Hit done. And it's going to ask similar questions. Where do you want the copy? Well, I want it in my audio files folder, of course. Thanks for asking. Where do you want to put these? Well, let's put them at the session start. Now, this is going to be a little problematic for us because it's going to make a ton of new sound effects files, and they're not in the right places. The music was in the right places, but the audio files that we just imported are not. So let me show you a cool trick. Whenever Pro Tools records an audio file or processes it in a destructive manner, like using Audio Suite or duplicating a file or something like that, it encodes a timestamp on it. And you can always return a file to its original location using the spot function. This is very powerful when you accidentally delete something feature. I love this thing. So go into spot, click on a region, and it's going to say, yo, the start point of this file, the original timestamp, is right where you currently have it, 1 hour. Okay, cool. That one I don't need to move. How about this one? Mono Sound Effects 1B. This one was originally at 1 hour, 9 seconds, 9 seconds and 12 frames. So by clicking this tiny little arrow here, it will move that timestamp up to the file's location. And once I do that, hit OK, zing, it goes where I want. So this process is really quickly. Every file, arrow up, OK. Next clip, arrow up, okay. Arrow up, and I'm not even thinking. In fact, I'm talking, I'm dreaming about a sunny day on the beach in the Caribbean with a fruity beverage with dark rum in it. That's what I'm thinking about right now. What are you thinking about? You're probably thinking, how quickly can you get done with your homework assignment so you could go have a frothy beverage in the snow somewhere. Okay, I'll just stop talking. Anyway, I have successfully manually spotted everything really quickly. They're all in the right location. Now, we have still too many tracks. You want to consolidate these things down so you have fewer tracks in your Pro Tools session. I'm going to go back to slip mode. And I've labeled these things, sound effects 1, 2, and 3, 1A, 1B. You can actually drag them up and kind of start consolidating. It becomes really obvious what I did here. It's very common in post-production projects to have different sound effects on the same track. It's not like the music world where they always put the guitar on the guitar track. They frequently have a zillion sound effects on the same track, and don't do that. Oh, by the way, when I'm dragging, really useful feature here, I'm holding control down. That will let me drag up or down and not left to right, so it won't mess up the time location. So that's what I was doing. I should have told you that, but I just did, so you can now not be angry at me. But I'm consolidating. If you do this a little bit differently than me, it's not the end of the world, because, again, you can have all kinds of different, and do note, so here, do note that some of these sound effects are mono and some of them are stereo, so you can't drag them in between those two. So now that I've done this, I'm going to clean up. I'm going to delete the ones that have nothing on them. So I just right-clicked and then hit delete and look for a couple other blank tracks here. So I'm just kind of cleaning up. And you could rename these tracks if you want. I don't know. They're all sound effects tracks. And cool. So we've consolidated. And that was a step, by the way, in the assignment. And that was written here. All of this here is what we just did to end this video. Okay, that's a great place to stop. And we'll do another video in a moment.